Have you tried planning a trip to the US lately? Good luck with that. From long visa wait times and sky-high prices to airport chaos and safety concerns, the challenges start piling up even before you make it past customs. And here's the surprising part. It's not just you. People from all over the world are canceling their plans to visit the US. The numbers speak for themselves. Tourism is taking a massive hit, and not necessarily for the reasons you might expect. In this video, we're breaking down the 6 real reasons why US tourism is collapsing. No fluff, no fear-mongering, just the facts. Some of these may surprise you, and one of them might even make you rethink your next vacation. If you've ever felt frustrated planning a trip, hit that like button. Subscribe for more straight-up travel talk, and let's dive in. Boşunum. An overcomplicated visa process. One of the biggest roadblocks for international travelers is the U.S. visa system. For people from countries like India, Brazil, or Nigeria, securing a simple tourist visa can take forever. In some cities, the wait time for a visa interview exceeds 400 days. That's over a year just to ask for permission to visit. The process itself is overwhelming. Endless paperwork, expensive fees, and interviews that often feel like interrogations. Some applicants are denied for vague reasons like lack of strong ties to home country. Meanwhile, other destinations have simplified things. Portugal offers 30-day e-visas online, and Thailand processes visas in under a week. The U.S. system, on the other hand, feels like it hasn't been updated since 2003. This isn't just inconvenient, it's driving travelers away. Many simply won't wait a year or risk rejection when other countries welcome them with open arms. The result? Thousands of canceled trips, billions in lost revenue, and a growing reputation shift, from dream destination to not worth the hassle. Rising travel costs, another major factor hurting us tourism. It's just getting too expensive to visit. Flights to major U.S. cities have surged by 20 to 40% compared to pre-pandemic prices. Hotel rates are through the roof. In cities like New York, even a basic hotel room can cost over $300 a night before taxes and hidden fees. Rental car prices also skyrocketing. For many international travelers, it simply doesn't add up. Why spend thousands visiting the U.S. when you could explore Spain, Turkey, or Southeast Asia for half the price and stay twice as long? Even American travelers are feeling the pinch. Nearly 60% have postponed or downgraded their vacation plans due to rising costs. Unlike other destinations, the U.S. doesn't offer affordable domestic travel perks like high-speed rail or low-cost internal flights. Between inflation, surcharges, and old-fashioned price hikes, a U.S. vacation just isn't the value it used to be. 3. Border scrutiny and entry hassles. Let's say you do manage to get your visa, pay the steep prices, and land in the U.S. The next hurdle, border security. For many travelers, this is where the trip takes a turn. Customs lines at major airports can stretch for hours, especially if you're arriving from a country flagged for extra screening. Travelers report being pulled aside, questioned aggressively, and even asked to unlock their phones or explain seemingly random travel plans. In some cases, people with valid visas are turned away at the border with no clear explanation. For many, the process feels less like an arrival and more like an interrogation. Compare that to landing in Japan, Canada, or Mexico, where you're greeted with a smile and processed efficiently. In the U.S., you're often met with suspicion. The growing use of biometric surveillance, like fingerprinting, face scans, and even phone data checks, adds another layer of discomfort. The whole experience leaves a bad taste, and thanks to forums and social media, word spreads fast. More travelers are choosing destinations where the welcome feels a little warmer. Safety concerns. This one's difficult, but it can't be ignored. Safety is now a top concern for travelers thinking about visiting the U.S. Gun violence and mass shootings are making international headlines regularly. While Americans may be somewhat desensitized for foreign visitors, especially from countries with strict gun control, it's deeply unsettling. Several countries have issued travel advisories warning citizens about crime in major U.S. cities. One European traveler even canceled a family trip to Chicago after reading about a shooting near a popular tourist area. It's not that violence is guaranteed, But for many, the risk isn't worth taking, especially on a long-awaited vacation. Beyond crime, concerns around police interactions and general unpredictability in public spaces have many visitors thinking twice. Even if most trips are safe, perception plays a huge role in tourism. If people feel unsafe, they're going to stay away, and they are. Poor infrastructure and public transportation. Getting around once you're in the US is another major pain point. Unlike places like Europe or Japan, where clean, high-speed trains connect cities quickly and affordably, the US is heavily car-dependent. Without a rental car, tourists are often stuck. Public transportation in many US cities is unreliable, outdated, or virtually non-existent outside downtown areas. Buses can be inconsistent, subways are aging, and ride-sharing apps get pricey fast. Want to explore more than one city? You're probably booking expensive domestic flights and dealing with delays or cancellations. As one German tourist put it, in America you need a car to buy bread. He's not wrong. Compare that with Spain, South Korea, or Italy, all with efficient rail systems that tourists love. In contrast, the US feels like a logistical nightmare, and that's enough to make many would-be visitors look elsewhere. 6. Better alternatives elsewhere. Finally, the biggest issue isn't just what's wrong with youth tourism, it's what other countries are doing right. While the US is stuck with outdated systems and rising costs, other destinations are improving fast. Portugal is offering digital nomad visas and tax incentives. Thailand lets travelers live lavishly on a modest budget. Even Japan, once considered expensive, is now more accessible thanks to regional rail passes and targeted tourism campaigns. These places are easier, more affordable, and often offer a friendlier, more seamless experience. Sure, the US still has world-class cities, iconic landmarks, and stunning national parks, but the barriers, visa delays, high costs, airport stress, make many travelers wonder why bother. The core issue isn't that the US has lost its beauty, it's that it's lost its competitive edge. Ashilit. To recap, an outdated visa system, rising costs, stressful borders, safety concerns, poor infrastructure, and better options elsewhere are driving people away. And honestly, this isn't about bashing the US. It's about identifying what's broken so we can fix it. Have you experienced any of these issues or decided to skip a US trip because of them? Drop your story in the comments. And if you want more honest travel talk like this, hit that like button and subscribe. More real content coming your way soon.